What's happening, YouTubers? I'm MaxNation1980 here, and this is a racetrack that I just recently completed. It's called Seaside Speedway, and you should be seeing it on Disney Infinity soon. I submitted it to Disney a couple days ago, but I went over to Disney's toy boxes, you know, like the toy box shares, and it's not on there yet. I mean, I assume that Disney gets like millions and millions of submissions daily, if not every hour. All right, so let's change the train to. Oh, let's change this. Oh, what did I just do there? Oh yeah, there's a trigger area there. When you walk in there, it automatically changes the sky to the Pirates of the Caribbean sky. We're gonna race around here in Mr. Toad's motor car. More like Mr. Incredible's Wild Ride, am I right? So yeah, this is a racetrack that combines elements from Pirates of the Caribbean, Finding Nemo, and The Jungle Book. Originally, I wanted an Atlantis section. But you're not going to believe this. I built the racetrack, and I had all the sections in there, and there was some random glitch that occurred. Sometimes this happens. This happened to me with the first game, too. The racetrack would not work, no matter how many times I arranged it. You know, I double-checked all the pieces to make sure they were all connected properly. The racetrack still wouldn't work. So I assume that the level is glitched for good and it will never work. So, you know, to my horror, I realized that I had to rebuild the whole thing. You know, I like this rebuilt version better. I mean, sometimes less is more, and I think this track proves it. So, yeah, this is the Jungle Book section, and I like to keep things specific with some of my racetracks. I don't know if you saw my other video. There's another racetrack that I have in the works, and I won't finish it. I won't be able to finish it until I get the Aladdin Power Discs that will come with the Aladdin Jasmine Double Pack. That comes out on February 3rd, that's Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, and I really need that in order to finish the racetrack. But I do have the video of... Whoa! So, yeah, I won't be able to finish that racetrack until I get those power discs. I have to make some alterations to the Aladdin section, and that's it. So, this one's pretty much done since I have all the toys that I needed to build this. I do not have the 1.0 disc that gives you the Nemo Sky Dome, which makes everything look like it's underwater. If I had that, I would have used it. I would have put a trigger area where the slope, the racetrack slope, goes into the ocean section, and it would have made it look like you were really driving into the water. It would have been so cool, but I don't have the Nemo Sky Dome, so that was a no-go. So yeah, lap 2, and so far I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, I decided to make this one a battle racetrack. I don't know if the other one, which right now it's called DPM 500, it stands for Disney, Pixar, and Marvel, because there are some Marvel elements in it too. I'm not sure if DPM will have, you know, I'm not sure if DPM 500 will be a battle race. I have no idea. See, the thing is, I already put so much stuff into that toy box that if I add any more stuff, it'll probably give me that awful message. You've reached the limit. I hate the limit. I mean, I understand why it's there, but dang. And at least it forces you to be more creative. Like it, you know, it wants you to work within the limits and come up with better things. Like, I think the original Seaside Speedway that I built was way too cluttered. I'll probably do a YouTube video of it if you want to see it. I mean, there's no reason to submit it to Disney because, again, the racetrack ceases to work. It won't show that little target, that little bullseye icon in the middle when I drive onto the racetrack on that specific piece. It's just glitched for good, I assume. And I was like really upset. I was like, you mean to tell me I have to just rebuild this whole thing? But you know what? I had no other choice, so I decided to make a lot of changes. Like originally, this whole section here with the mountains, you know, kind of segueing into Pirates Town, that was a whole lot bigger. What you're looking at right now is a really watered down version of it. Like, see that sort of blank area there? Originally, the pirate section was going to be a lot bigger. But again, I'm happy with this version of the racetrack, and I mean, if I wasn't, I wouldn't have submitted it to Disney, so hopefully you YouTubers get it soon, you YouTubers who happen to have Disney Infinity 2.0. Look for Seaside Speedway by Safari92. That's my PSN username. Feel free to add me if you want. This is probably one of my favorite things about the racetrack. It's this sort of island. It's a treasure island. I mean, it would have been so much cooler with the Nemo Sky Disc, and then when you jump off the island and into the trigger area, like I would have had the trigger area cover the whole Nemo section, so if you fell into it, you felt like you were like falling into the ocean. Oh, what did I do there? All right, Francesco, I'm gonna get you. Lots of trees here. Actually, there's actually a mix of Pirates trees and Jungle Book trees. I thought they went together perfectly. Alright, here we go. Loops! Gotta have loops. What are you shooting at, Francesco? There's nothing ahead of you. Ah, programming. Alright, come on. Come on. Catch up to him. Oh, watch out for that. That's a cool trap. I never get it, though. The competitors always do, but I never get such cool traps. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's like a creativity issue or something. I don't know. It's like really weird. It's kind of cool how you can see all of San Francisco from here. Yeah, if you've never been to my blog and want to know what I think of Big Hero 6 before the Blu-ray comes out, because usually when I get the Blu-ray I kind of offer my opinion. I liked Big Hero 6 a great deal. I thought it was really, really good. I kind of have to watch it again, though. My theater experience wasn't the best, and I felt that the movie was very fast-paced in its first 20 to 30 minutes. But I still thought it was very, very good. I'm very, very happy that Disney is branching out and trying out all these different kinds of stories. And they've been experimenting for a while, breaking out of the 90s comfort zone, per se. And, you know, I'm really looking forward to Walt Disney Animation Studios' other upcoming films. Alright, so let's go exploring. First, let me, there we go. Yeah, because the only way you can get the Mr. Toad car is through a power disc. Alright, here we go. And I upgraded Mr. Incredible. I had like tons of skill points because I leveled him up to 15 in the first game. And that translates to skill points, so you can get some powers on the skill tree. I think the skill tree is one of the best. Look at he's leaping around like John Carter. It's so cool. John Carter. If you've never seen John Carter, do yourself a favor and rent it. Find some way to watch it. It's, you know, they tried to make you think that it was a real turkey, and true, the movie was a box office bomb, but just because it lost money at the box office doesn't mean it's a bad movie. Like, the critics gave it mixed reviews, but it's actually a pretty decent movie. See it for yourself. Ditto The Lone Ranger. See both of them for yourself, and you might be surprised. John Carter, I thought, was actually a pretty good movie. It was a very earnest attempt to make something very, like, Hollywood and very pulpy, and something very retro and old school. The problem, the marketing was really bad. The fact that they changed the title from John Carter of Mars to John Carter, I think, really, really hurt it. It is a very good movie, in my opinion. Oh, maybe not a very good movie, but I think it's more than decent. I think it's actually pretty good, and it has its strengths. And it was directed by Andrew Stanton, the director of Finding Nemo and WALL-E, so you can definitely feel his sort of fingerprints all over the movie. Disney essentially dumped that movie, and it's a shame because it could have been a big hit for them. And hey, we could have seen John Carter characters in Disney Infinity. We could have played as Tharks and other Martians. It would have been so cool. All right, let's have a nice view of San Francisco here. Yeah, look at that, looking at San Francisco from Pirate Town. But yeah, for those who haven't played this game yet, but are very familiar with the first game, the vault is gone. You don't have to level up your characters anymore to get spins in the vault. You just buy it all in the toy store now. There's all these different toys, and if there were toys from the first game that you really wanted but ultimately didn't get, you could just get them here on the toy store. You just have to earn enough currency, and the currency comes from enemies and those little prize pack thingies that look like the things you got in the vending machine back in the day. That kind of thing. That's how you get your currency. And of course you get them in the play sets, the toy box games, what have you. And since I had Mr. Incredible leveled up to 15 in the first game, which was the maximum amount that you can... Oh, look at this. I'm flying around with Tonto's Crow Pack from Lone Ranger. This is a very useful... This is a very useful pack if you want to get around and you don't want to use, like, cars or vehicles to do it, or climb all the way up or whatever. I mean, it's a little slow, it's a little tedious because you have to flap, flap, flap all the way up there, but it's worth it. You can get up to the really, really high areas. Alright, what am I going to do here? Here we go, the hoverboard. Hey, I'm Mr. Incredible. It makes sense I use my own hoverboard. So, yeah, since Mr. Incredible was leveled up to 15 in the original game, I had enough points to buy all these power-ups, and one of the power-ups was a super jump. And the super jump, not everybody gets the super jump, which is a little bit frustrating, but it's really awesome. You can really, really jump high with it. Again, it's like John Carter when he first gets to Mars. He's jumping, he's leaping, he's flying up in the air, and he's like totally amazed at what's going on. Seriously, watch the movie. Just give it a watch. I think you'll like it. Alright, let's go deeper into the Jungle Book section here. The Jungle Book, the Jungle Book terrain and Sky Dome are some of the first things that you can get in the toy store. I think they're about 500 sparks each, which is not too bad. Whoa. Yeah, like the enchanted flying bed from Bedknobs and Broomsticks is like 25,000 sparks for some reason, and there's a couple other things that cost a lot too, like the hamburger sign in the city building pack. That's like a million points or something, or it's like 100,000 points or something. The diffusinator and the hollow gun, the hollow platform gun, they're like 50,000 each. It's crazy. I have no use for either of those weapons, so yeah, I'm not going to be getting them until I like get hundreds of thousands of points and I just buy everything. Hopefully when they release a patch, new items will become available, because this is what they did with the first game. When they released a new patch, there were new toys in the vault. So hopefully they do that. Like, when is a new patch coming out? Like when is the last time they released a patch for this game? Like, oh, check this out. All, you know, the building blocks are cool because you can do so many creative things with them, and I'm glad that they have a water paint job for them, and the water actually moves. That's so cool. Again, if I had that Nemo Sky Dome, this, you know, the transition would have been so cool. But hey, it still works, I think. I wish you could use the hoverboard in the races too, along with the mounts. Wonder why you can't. Like, I've seen like promo images showing them racing on those things, but you can't use them in the actual game. There's the 3 tikis from the fish tank there. Fun fact, their likenesses are based on 3 Pixarians. I think they're Lee Unkrich, Ricky Nerva, and Pete Sohn. And if you're, you know, if you're a big fan of Pixar, they need no introduction. Pete Sohn will be directing Pixar's upcoming The Good Dinosaur that's out on Thanksgiving. And Russell from Up is based after his likeness. And Lee Unkrich directed Toy Story 3, and he's also developing a movie about the Day of the Dead holiday. Not sure when it's going to come out, but I've been keeping an eye on it. Ricky Nerva's done a lot too. He's been there for a while. Character design, production design, story art, all kinds of things. So yeah, thanks for watching. This is IMAX Nation 1980, signing off.